Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Myself Ram, and this is the continuation of Stream API tutorial. And in last session, we have seen several intermediate methods that will be used for manipulating stream data. And now in this session, we'll see the several terminal functions or method that will be used in stream. So before moving ahead, I'll suggest you guys, if you haven't seen previous videos, so please go through that. You'll find the link in description below. So let's get started. So here we are going to discuss, these are the terminal methods on which we are going to discuss. We'll see each of them. So terminal method is nothing but these are those methods which are used to terminate a stream. So this will be used at end, so that when we are able to do all our operation, so we want to result back from the stream. So in that case we'll use some set of methods. Those are these. So we'll discuss one after one. So let's see the very first one, that is toArray. So suppose this is the number list I'm going to use, or let's see the even one. So I'm going to create a stream for this, and I'll store this value in array. So this method will return object array. So we'll see later, but first let me create this stream for that. So even this is a list, so directly we can call a stream method on that list dot. I want to multiply each number by 2 as we learned in our previous lesson. So we can use your map. So let's map, and I want to multiply each element by 2. So e into 2, and finally whatever I got, so I want to get the arrays of all these. So on top of that I'll call method as toArray. So this will return object array. So let's receive all these in object array. Object. So this will return object array. So let's print the, let's see the object array here. So what I'll do sysout. So this is the object. So we'll put a debugger here, and we'll see that it got converted in object or not with the latest value. So these are the even value on which we are multiplying to, and we are returning array back. So let's run this. Okay, I have to run in debug mode. So this is the array which we got back. So here we can see this is the array, and the object here is all multiplied by 2, and it is returning array object array back to us. So on console it will print object hash code because it haven't converted into toString. So here we can see that all the objects is there. It returns the array to us, and that is the object array. Fine. And let's go to the second method, that is collect. So as I told, all these methods are used at end of the stream, so that we can get the final result. And sometime we get a lot of data, so we want to collect it in a particular format. So in that case we'll use this collect method. So let's see how we are collecting this. So suppose I'm using here let me delete all these. So this is the array I'm using, and on top of that I'm going to create a stream for this. So for that, arrays dot stream, and here I'm passing number. The stream is ready for us now, and I want to create a set. So we can create set, we can create list, we can create map also by using this collect method. So let's create a set of these. So advantage of set is it will remove all the duplicates, from this. So we have some duplicate value. So let's create a set for this. So I'll call collect method, and collect is expecting what type we are going to collect. It is in set format, map format. There are several format. So I'm going to provide a format on which format it is going to collect the value. For that I'll use collector class collectors, and in this I'm going to specify as a to set. I'm going to collect as a set, and here I'm going to initialize a variable that is set, and set of integer, it is of integer int val this, and now I'm going to print this int value. This is int val. So let's see what would be the result for this. So is this got converted in set or not? So let me run this. So see, here it got converted into set and it removes the duplicate. And if we put debugger here at this point, so we can also see internal structure also. So this is the set it having. So here all the key set values are here. It having a size of 5, and this is the hash table in which values are being stored. So these are the individual values which are being stored. So it is got converted in set, and it is the returning the set of integer by calling this collectors.toSet method. Similarly, we can collect map also, we can collect list also. So here if you use collector.toList, so it will return list back to us. So here let's specify the list type. So now it is happy and it got terminate. So now it will return list back to us. So again it will print the same value that having duplicate, because list is not going to remove a duplicate value. So it will print the same value in list format. Now let's see how to convert map from any object. So for that here I'm going to use this employee list. So on top of that I'll create a stream, so that here easily we can create map key and value pair. So emp list on top of that is stream, and let's call collect method to collect as a map. Here we specify collectors. So this is a collector class where the format is available. So here we can specify as to map. So map is expecting what are the key, what are the value. So here we'll use Java 8 method reference to provide key and value. So this is an employee list of employee type. So directly we can copy employee class name and we can paste here employee. We can give method reference, and we can give get emp id. So emp id will be the key for this record, and dot name get first, I'm giving as a first name. So this will be as a value for this. So I'm storing this in a map, and this is of first one is integer type, integer. Second one is string type, and here emp map. So now it will return employee map, for which key is the employee id and value is the first name. Let's print this. Let's see how it is converting, how it is giving. So let's save it and let's run. So here we can see that it is giving all the employees key and value pair format. An object, map object, that having all the employees key and value pair. So we can convert a map from the list by using this toMap method by specifying the key and value. So now let's see the third method, that is count. So I'm going to use this even one. So for that, even dot stream dot, here I'll use as a count. So count will count how many numbers are there in this. So I want to print all these. So let's print this. So let's see how many numbers are there in this even array, even list. So we have 7 elements. So we can use count element to get the number of elements of a list or array of a stream. And now the next one is reduce function. So reduce function method will be used to reduce the stream, to reduce a value that would be the result, and we can get back to that. So suppose I want to add all the values which is there in this even list. So on top of this stream, I'll call as a reduce method, and it is expecting identity in the sense, this value is that, suppose in case of if our stream is empty, so what would be the default value, what would be the initial value. So in case of integer, this initial value will be 0. If there is nothing, then 0 will be there, and this is, we can say, this is the first value or initial value, we can say. So this is the default value. If nothing is there, then 0 will be the result, otherwise we'll perform in accumulator. So in accumulator we'll create a function. So that function can be written like this. So it will expect 2 parameters. One is the subtotal. So what it will do, it will pick each element and start adding to the previously added element. For example, see this particular list. So the first element is 2. It will pick 2, add to 0, 2. Now sum is 0, 2, and next element is 4. Now it will add 2 to 4, 6. Now again it will add 6 to 6, something like this. So the first will be the subtotal. Total, it means what are the total of the till that element, what are the total is there, subtotal. And second one is the current element. So current element. And now this function will be used to add the subtotal and current element. So now let's add this and current element. So now this will add this the complete list, and it will give back to as a result. So now if you run this, so it will give all the sum of all the elements. So now let's run this and let's see what is the sum now. So sum is 56. We can write this in different way also. So for that we can remove this, and what we can use, this is of integer type, so we can call a method. On integer class we have a method called sum. So in this way also we can able to add all the elements of this. So again we are getting the same result. So reduce method will work like this. For each, as we have seen in the previous video, that this is used to iterate the each element, read the each element, and perform the similar action to on that. So let me show you again. So what I'll do here, I'll print all the elements of this stream. So for each is also a terminal method. So on that I will call as for each, and here I'll print each element. in our real application we can do several operation, but here we don't have any business logic, so directly we'll print the element. So let's save and let's run the application. So it is printing each element of the list. Next one is any match. So this method will be used to find a particular record in a list. For example, suppose we have this much employee list. I want to know that do we have any employee who belongs to Mumbai city. So if any of record is going to match with this, so it will give boolean value, this any match. So let's do that and let's see how it is working. So on this employee list I'm creating a stream. On that I'm calling as any match. It is expecting predicate. So here predicate will specify the condition on which we are trying to match a record. So on that, here we have employee. For this employee dot get city, and here I'm trying to get from Mumbai. So equals to, I'm trying to find out Mumbai, if there is any person belongs to Mumbai or not. So this is any match and I'm going to print this. So now I'm going to print this boolean value. So let's run this. So what it will do, first it will create a stream, this piece of code, and here we have defined the predicate. In the sense we defined a condition on which it is going to check for each record in this list, and it is trying to find out is there any person belongs to Mumbai or not. So if it is found, if any of record will match, this any match method will say that if any of record from the stream will match, so it will return true. So let's see what it is returning. So it is returning as true because one record is got match. If I'll remove some few piece of this, so now let's see it is what it is giving. So now in this case none of them is matching, so it will give false. Similarly, we can also give as a all match. So in this case whatever predicates will be applying here, so this should match for all the records. Otherwise, if it is matching for all the records, it will give true, otherwise it will give false. So here we do not have any value that is matching to the all. So what I'll do, I'll make everything as a department as a same. So let me make everyone belongs to the same department. So ins, okay, so I think now every employees belong to same department. So in that case, what, instead of city I'll check for department, get department, and this is matching to PI or not. If all will match, then only it will return as a true. So here it is returning true because all record got matched. But if I'll try to match with state, so it will return false because all record is not matching for this search criteria, filter criteria. Get state. So here few of them belongs to different state. So in this case it will return as a false because all should match for this function. Okay. Get state. Oh, here I should say all match. Okay. All match. So when all will match, then it will give. Now it is giving false. But if I'll check for this department, earlier I have checked on wrong method. So let's check for get department, and this is PI. If all is matching, then only it will return true. So it returns true, and previously it was giving false because all record is not matching. So we have covered any match, all match, and now will go with none match. None match in the sense, if none is matching, then it will return true. Otherwise, if anyone is matching, it will return false. So let's you test this also, none match, and here I'm trying to give as PII. This is not matching to any department. So now it will give true. It is giving true. But if it will match to any of them, for example, here suppose I had it as a PM, and here I'm trying to match as a PM. So if anyone will match, it will return false because it is saying that none match. But here someone got match, so it will give false. The next method is find first. So this will give the very first record of the stream. So this is the employee list, and here I'll use as a find first. So I'll call as a find first. On this find first, it is giving optional. Suppose for example, if there is a no record in the stream, so what it will return? So in that case, it will return optional value, so that we won't get null pointer exception. But if you want to verify, we can see here it will give optional of employee. So to read the employee, we'll call get method on top of that, and now we'll get the employee value directly. So now we got the employee value. It will give the first record. This first find first will give the first record. Now we have two more method, that is minimum and maximum. So let's check that as well. So inside this, I'll remove everything, and I'm trying to get from odd one. So I'll create a stream for odd one dot stream, and I'm trying to get minimum value. What is the minimum value? So for this minimum, it is expecting comparator. Suppose here we have integer value, so directly we can say that what is the minimum and what is the maximum. But in real time, we have some records, so that is not the integer, that may be employee record. So there, on which basis we are trying to find out the minimum or maximum, for on the behalf of name size, or on behalf of ID, or on behalf of salary, whatever it is. So there we have to specify the comparator. So if we will create comparator based on our need to identify as a minimum or maximum, we can pass here and we'll get the matching criteria record. But now here we have integer, so directly we can use the integer class method. So in integer we have compare method, so directly we can call compare method, and it will compare this integer all the elements of this, and it will give the minimum value. So again it will give the optional. It will get the optional because sometime may have, it doesn't have any value, it may be empty. So on that we'll call get method to get the value. So now it will give the minimum value. So minimum value is 1 for this odd list. And if we talk about maximum, so similar thing for max also. So now it will give the maximum value. Maximum value, that is 17. So here we are able to see 17. So guys, this pretty much from this tutorial, Stream API tutorial. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. So please, if you enjoyed, so please do like and subscribe, and have a good day. Thanks for watching.